us off. Here we go. How's everyone doing? It is Thursday night, a little about 7:04 on, what is it, May 10th?
No, 11th.
11th. See, I don't even know what day it is. May 11th. And it is Trending Thursday. So good evening, everyone. Carol, so AKA Naughty Boss, live with TwoSistas.
Hey, good evening, everyone. This is Janice, aka Wellness Diva 5.0, and of course, Trending Thursday at night. And a lot of things trending, and sometimes we don't, or at least I don't know where to begin. But what I would say that what's trending is it's very nice out today. It's beautiful. I think this is probably one of my most favorite times of year, when it's just starting to, just really starting to warm up. You start to see the things bloom. And of course, I always chat about the Malillo Circle family garden on the other side of the circle. And that was tilled and all that kind of stuff. And asparagus is coming up. Got more out of the garden for that. It's absolutely delicious. And Gary went out, I believe it was this morning, bought some plants. The planting has begun. So it's always an exciting time.
Well, that's awesome. Today was, had basically had all my alerts off, went out kayaking today, had a great time, was in Melbourne. So I was on the Banana River and the Indian River, both. So that was kind of cool experience. I can't wait to see the video, because the dolphin were so playful today. And I actually had 3 or 4, a small clip. So I'm waiting for my girlfriend to send it to me, a small clip of 3 to 4 dolphins to the right of me. And they were like, I could probably almost touch them. And I wasn't expecting them to be that close. And then they did this big splashing because they were playing, and it was so cute, so fun, so exciting. But there is a lot of things trending out there. And, one of the biggest things is, as we always talk about, health and wellness, and why we decide that we're going to take that leap of faith in either a fitness piece, in a healthy gut piece, in what we are consuming for food piece. So there's all these different pieces to the puzzle. And I love that our company keeps, the innovation popping, and they truly are. And I've had this product for probably 2 weeks. My husband's been actually using it. John's been using it more than I have. I haven't even tried it yet, and because I wanted to do it live. So it is the new Thrive Rebuild. And what I loved about it, and I shared one of the videos, is making it into a mocktail. So maybe taking some sparkling seltzer or Pellegrino water, adding some ice, adding a little of this to it, do the whole packet, and then actually put maybe a slice of orange, slice of lemon, whatever. But what is really cool about this is the colostrum. And if you look up bovine colostrum, most women will remember the word probably after they gave birth. And if they decided to nurse, the colostrum is the first thing that comes to the woman's breast that the baby, your infant, will thrive on, literally. And it's the benefits of the immune system is remarkable. So our company has found a way, all natural, and really add to the experience from a not just a physical but a mental level. Obviously you add this with your 3 steps to enhance it. But if you look up colostrum, colostrum, and you will find the unbelievable cellular level that is going to help with your immunity, is going to help with all aspects from joints to building up that immunity to bone health. It's unbelievable how good this product is. So it's has to do with cellular growth. It also it's a superfood property as well. And it's living bioactive ingredients, nutrients that are going to collectively get into your system and really boost you. And it's crazy. So I'm going to do it live. I'm going to actually put it in my Thrive water. The ingredients as the immune bioactive bovine, bovine, bovine colostrum, which is 1,000 milligrams. There's your blood orange extract is in here, your natural flavoring, your stevia leaf, so another great sweetener, but it's natural. The annatto root, and it contains a little bit of milk, so somebody that's 100% dairy-free. The amount is really just a scant amount, but we like to tell people that. So I'm going to open this up and I'm going to pour it. And I'm not going to have it over ice. I'm just going to put it in my, because I need, a little oomph after kayaking all day. So I'm going to put it in there. I've heard great things about this so far. And I can't believe I just haven't tried, because I actually just did my Lavelle skin. So I have no makeup on, people. My skin feels amazing. So do I got it on there? Thank you. So I'm going to shake this baby right up. But I'd love to try it in a mocktail, because they do it with, like I said, Pellegrino water, seltzer, some ice, some fresh fruit to it. And it makes a nice, so it's got a nice little orange flavor. No red dye, people. A lot of people, when they see something, but this is a great blood orange extract. And let's see what it tastes like. I'm super excited. I'm an orange person anyway. I love, like, back in the day, they don't have it anymore, like orange soda. I was one of those freaks. This is yummy, very refreshing.
And what's the name of the product again?
It is called Rebuild. So Thrive Rebuild. Here's the packaging. You get, let me see how many suckers you get in here. I always forget. There are 30. So it contains 30, and I'm going to show you what it is. It's small. Easy to like pack and go.
Yeah, that's
Look
awesome.
up bovine, bovine, bovine colostrum, and you will like flip when you hear of the big superfood property that is, and how that's going to help it. This is so tasty, and I could definitely see it really yummy, especially in a like with Pellegrino water or whatever.
And I bet that would be so refreshing too.
Yeah, it's a very I'm not going to say like orange juice, but it's got that fresh orange flavor to it. And it's called blood orange, and it's just yummy. So cheers to building up my immune system.
Wonderful.
Yeah, really, really good. And
Make sure,
go ahead.
make sure you shake it again. Because I saw sediment, some stuff on the bottom.
Yes, you're right. I'm going to shake it good. I'm so excited. I didn't shake it all the way. Now I think I got it out.
Awesome.
Thank you. But yeah, very delicious. Here, I'll turn it that way so you can.
Yeah.
And it just is yummy, yummy, yummy. Not like super sweet, because I hate super sweet. Refreshing. So I'm going to have that. And 5 calories, just so you know that. 0 total sugars. And it's got 0.6 milligrams or grams of protein. And it also has 95% turmeric. So it's 20 milligrams of turmeric, and everyone knows. Now, that's one of those extracts everyone says it different. So some people say turmeric, some people turmeric, some people say turmeric. Yes, so that's what it is. So that's another good benefit to this. Super food properties with the bioactive ingredients, living bioactive ingredients. And we know how important when a newborn is born and the mom decides to nurse, how that really is a protective piece to that newborn. So now we have another way of continuing that. Says you make it with 6 ounces of water. So I actually made it with 16.9, and it doesn't taste deflated. So I'm loving it. Yeah, it says mix 1 packet with 6 ounces of water, can also be used with your cold beverage of choice. So of choice. So hint, hint,
Yes,
could add it with something else. But yeah, I actually mixed it. So I have a lot of water in mine because it was a brand new bottle. So the flavor might be a tad different. Maybe that's why it's not super, super sweet for me. And I like it that way though. And it's got another great way. We always talk about what's trending about getting hydration. We know that as you age, and it was interesting to get on our CEO's call the other night. We actually introduced and talked about all the new products that came out. Talking about, and the basics of our company is obviously gut health, filling in our nutritional gaps, feeling better. It's all about feeling better, because when you feel better, you're in a better mood, you're more productive, you're happier, you're caring, you're kind, you're throwing out positive vibes, right? But the fact that we have all these other little pieces to the puzzle of really adding to the value of our overall health and wellness. And one of the huge things as you age, that is the number one key factor in the aging process, is lack of hydration. And he talked about that. He was very specific on that. So a lot of people do struggle with getting in that water intake. Usually they say the minimum is 32 ounces, but it really is. He said from all the science and everything that he knows, the rule of thumb is 1 ounce of water per, whatever you weigh. But, as you age, we always talk about that. You got to be careful of not overdoing it, and always check with your physician. But the rule of thumb would be 1/2 ounce. So a lot of people do struggle trying to get their water in. And here's another great way that not only are you getting this really alkaline, fusion alkaline water, because our water is the best. I've compared it to Aquafina, like any of the big brand names that are really the purified. We have 95% purified water. It's a 9.75 pH level, which is unheard of. I actually had a gentleman that was talking to me about a water system, and I showed him our label. He says, wow, I've never seen a water on the market. I go, well, it's not, you have to go through our company to buy it. So chatting with him about that and gave him my information. But the fact that this is 9.75 pH, now I'm adding good water for my hydration. And now I'm adding Rebuild to rebuild my cellular, makeup. How cool is that?
Well, it's very cool because I think a lot of times too, when we think of things at the cellular level, it's not that people don't get it. That's not what I mean. But think about that. Everything happens at the cellular level. And obviously I'm having difficulty saying that word.
It's a mouthful. It truly is a mouthful. Because like you said, when you think about a cellular level, see, I'm doing the same thing, cellular level, and how that impacts all our systems in our brain, reproductive organs, your muscles, your joints, everything, it's phenomenal. And that we have the power now to really, truly be our healthiest version for as long as we can be. And I really think that these things are game changers, as well as HTS. HTS is her daily support. So it's strictly for women. And what I love about this is any woman, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, whatever, will benefit from this. So it was really intended and made up for premenopausal, menopausal, and postmenopausal. But what they're finding is that, the, different hormonal changes, and we know like every 7 years things start changing. Sometimes you all of a sudden you didn't have acne, now you got acne. Now you're moody, you weren't moody. You're having trouble sleeping. These are all things that are leading you to, as a female, leading to, a fluctuation of your temperature in your body. I mean, I know a lot of women in their late 30s that experience that. So this is actually so you take a capsule in the morning, so the capsule will not interfere with your 3 steps. And then whenever you want You could do it 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. I like to do it now pretty much around 6 o'clock because I want a good 12 to 15 hours of wearing this. And you are taking a non-hormonal approach, which in today's day and age, when we talk about different things with the hormonal things, people, there's different ways of accomplishing that. But the fact that we can do it from a nutritional aspect and a non-hormonal approach. So this is day, let's see, 6. I am on day 12. 1, 2, 3. I think there's 6. I think it's day 12. And it doesn't put you to sleep, but what it does is get you into that more restful state as you are sleeping. So you stay asleep. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm one of those, before I started doing HDS, that I was getting up at like wacky times, 1 a.m., and I've been finding that because I've been putting in like really a full day of not only activity, but, from the mental aspect, when the two of us are on computers, that wears your brain out, right? So you get mentally exhausted, you get, and then you have the physical exhaustion. So sometimes I'll go to bed, and I used to joke around with you because you go to bed quite early, or earlier than I normally go. But even by 9:30, 10, I'm noticing I'm ready for bed. And the problem with that before HDS is there was a few nights I went to bed around 8:30, which was highly unusual for me. But then I was waking up at 1 a.m., 3:30, and then the worst time frame, 5:30, because you want to sleep like a little bit longer, but you're wide awake, but you don't want to get out of bed. So I would sometimes kind of go back into like a little nap stage. But the problem was that is then you wake up and you're like groggy. So what I'm finding since day 3 of taking this, I have not gotten up, not twice, not 3 times, not 1 time, 0 times. I have not gotten up during the night with this new product. And so that's telling me that the nutrients and the non-hormonal approach is balancing my sleep. So I would say look up DIM, DIM is one of the main ingredients, which is freaking amazing. We also have a couple different PAs that are like, I would say like ingredient gurus, and they went through all the different ingredients in HDS and the power of it for women. It may help with your skin. I mean, how many you can say, I remember the days like way, way back, remember Clarisol, when I don't even know if they still even make Clarisol, but anyways, when you were at 14, 15, especially right before your period, like you break out really bad and you say, oh, I can't wait to be like 18 and the pimples will be gone. And all of a sudden, you're in your 20s, you say, I'm still breaking out. What the heck? And then, 30s, I'm still breaking out. And then even occasionally in your 40s, 50s, 60s, occasionally you'll have an outbreak. I've been blessed where that doesn't happen very often. Like I could probably say the last 10 years, I've gotten 1 pimple. But what I'm saying is for some women, they do experience that. The other piece is the temperature within our body fluctuation. Like how many of us can say like, everyone else could be like freezing and you're like, oh my God, like I just want to like shred my clothes. I want to get into a bathtub full of ice cubes. And then 15 minutes later, you're like, oh my God, I'm freezing. Give me, So we notice that we have body temperature fluctuations as early as your 30s. So you've got that going on. Then you got the sleep, then you got the acne, the mood, just the up and roller coasters of, balancing our lives with it's our young children, all their activities, and we know that moms in general, being that especially, Mother's Day is coming up this Sunday, moms tend to put their health and wellness and their self-care on the back burner because they are focused on their children, their, spouses, maybe their profession, whatever it may be. And a lot of times women feel guilty about doing the whole self-care piece because they feel like it's kind of selfish, and it's not, because you are like the captain of the ship. Whether your ship is your home, like you are the captain. And if you're not taking care of yourself, How are you going to be good? How are you going to execute? How are you going to learn how to, like, okay, I got a juggling going here. I got one kid's got to be here. I got another kid here, another kid there. Oh, wait a minute, I got to run home because, husband or wife, ended up, inviting people over for dinner. I got to whip up something else. Like, how much you're running, and then balancing the laundry and the work and trying to get your own things that you're passionate about in. And then to top it off, your self-care. Who's got time for that? It is the most important thing, and that should be the most important thing trending is your self-care. Don't you think, Jim?
Yes, trending should be your self-care and, having that opportunity to take care of yourself on a cellular level. And sometimes that means, for instance, obviously, to quiet the noise because there's always so much chatter going on around us. So if your methodology for self-care is maybe locking yourself in your office for 15 minutes and just listening to music and kind of zenning out, you must do it because it will help things so much better. It will help you to relax. And you know what? Things move naturally and more freely throughout your cellular level when you kind of take that time out for yourself.
I love that. And don't you find that, like, when you're talking to clients and customers and, people that you're networking with and, fellow entrepreneurs, that's one thing that they really value in showing and showcasing what they do, especially if you're an entrepreneur and you're online a lot, the importance of self-care.
It is. It goes way beyond. And what I mean by self-care is actually self-care. I mean, yes, we all have our devices. We all do it. I've been guilty of it. Of course we have. But it's not like taking that 15 minutes and boop, 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 boop. You really have to take time away from everything else, the electronic devices, whatever it is, and just take care of yourself. That self-care is important for you to maintain your homeostasis. And that's you mentioned being hot and cold. And for people who don't know what that is, that's the normal temperature that your body regulates within itself to know, okay, I feel great. If you're feeling cold, you're not at homeostasis. If you're feeling too hot, you're at homeostasis. And that in and of itself can be very nerve-wracking.
Well, it can be because, like I said, a lot of people just now it impacts your sleep, your your relaxation time. There's nothing worse than getting into bed and you've got tons of covers, so there should be no reason why you're freezing, and then 15 minutes later, like throwing the covers off because you're like suffocating and you're sweating, and then 10 minutes later you're cold again. What is that going to do? You're going back and forth that fluctuation of temperature, which now not only impacts your homeostasis like you're talking about, but now your sleep, and you can't get a good quality sleep. And the whole important thing about sleep that a lot of people forget is that's when our bodies naturally repair itself. So when your body's in that really good deep REM sleep, which my capsule and my DFT HDS is going to help with, I can now get into that really good REM sleep. Let my body, because I have so many people, and they're so sweet. And they say, I don't understand. You're 65 years old and you still like are rocking it out. You're having a good time in life. You work hard. What is your secret? And I said, it's really when I really started to partner my lifestyle with, all about filling in my nutritional gaps and then enhancing it with some of our plus line products made the huge difference, but also complementing that with what I was sticking in my mouth, like the food with the nutrients, because we cannot scientifically get everything we need in one meal to really fuel our body. There are certain food groups or food items that, yes, are going to propel it for sure, but to get that natural balance, because the key piece to gut health is the things that we can't control, meaning the air that we breathe. Today, one of the things that Jason said is we are in a market of fast food and microwaves. And when you look at the quality of our food and all the additives, the hormones, the injected junk in it, and we've often talked about, the standards between the US and say Europe, and you have the same company, yet a lot of the ingredients that are not healthy, that are actually detrimental to our health long term, are not allowed in other countries. And in the US, they do allow it. So you got to question yourself, why? Why would they allow all these bad things to be part of the process of the processed food, which in it itself is not good? That's why we talk about eating seasonally. What's in season? Do yourself due diligence, get to know your local farmer, get to know your local, anybody that's doing local fish. There's so many good things, markets that are out there that will really enhance your fitness, your health and wellness, along with getting into what, we love our nutritional program, because we know that you can eat as clean as you can eat. And you say, still feel like crap. The key piece is to partner. And that's, one of the things that I was missing when I first started the Thrive Experience. We all take something, we think, oh, this is the miracle, it's going to work. It's going to help me, to have my weight management. It's going to help me sleep better. I'm going to, be like, a rock star now. I can get anything done. But then you're still eating, the bags of chips, the cookies, not so healthy drinks, not so healthy food, eating a lot of canned food. A lot of that stuff is just not healthy. Sadly, the one thing that our country lacks is that eating healthy should not be as expensive as it is, but it is. So what I tell people is eat seasonal. Don't buy things that are not in season, because you're going to pay more for them. And find good, like for me, even doing what I'm doing, my body produces something else, so it does not keep my potassium level as high as it could be. So not adding bananas is one thing, but I have to supplement that piece to it. So I have to find other potassium rich foods along with what I'm doing, and that's now balancing that piece to it. But if you're not really serious, and when we talk about health and wellness, I think the preconceived notion is you eat like a rabbit, and that's so not true, right, Jim?
It's so not true. I mean, you can't deny yourself. And the thing to remember, and we had a guest on recently that said this, that you cannot out exercise a bad diet. So you have to partner the lifestyle. And we don't mean, go run out and get a gym membership, but, maybe you're on a circle like I am, or at the end of a cul-de-sac, or maybe there's a park across the street, whatever it is, go for a walk. Start out with, maybe before you have your coffee in the morning, drink 8 ounces of water, and wait, maybe you won't want your cup of coffee as I've been doing lately. And Carol Sue doesn't drink coffee. I do drink coffee. I just have always loved the taste of coffee, but I went from, I hate to say this, 6 to 8 cups a day to 1 to 2. So
yeah, I 7 years, well, almost 8 years ago, I would drink 6 to 8, and it would be the ice. It was so pathetic when I look back. The money I was wasting. And we do know a lot of people that thrive still love their coffee. And we're really coming from a place that, yeah, have a couple cups of that, but some people naturally just don't even want it anymore. We recommend always going much lower than you were doing, which will also be a help, because, and it has nothing to do that when you go to the actual natural coffee bean that it's bad. It's the way that it's processed. That's the problem. And it's not just coffee. It's the energy drinks, like even the sodas, they got nasty caffeine in it. But I would know, it's so sad. I would know the girl's schedule, and she would make my French vanilla iced coffee with 1 sweet low and skim milk, exactly the way I liked it. So I would get her schedule every week. That's pretty pathetic when I look back. I look back to all the money I wasted on it and the amount that my husband and I were spending on caffeination or caffeine and caffeinated products. And then, he liked half and half or, 2% milk. I like the French vanilla. I like the flavored creamers. The amount of money we were spending, I could have bought, I could have had probably, because we averaged almost $350 a month, 2 people thriving, maybe 3. And so, you times that, $4,000 a year on coffee products, creamer, it was actually probably more than that. So when I talk about, and when Jan talks about, we talk about the Thrive experience and all these really good things that we're adding to it to enhance your, Thrive experience. At the end of the day, we've got gold. We know we do. We know how we feel. And I said, like, so many people, like, how do you do it? Because I recognized that I couldn't just eat clean. And before probably the first couple of years of the Thrive experience, I was not partnering the lifestyle with the Thrive experience. I was making Thrive experience work harder, and I wasn't seeing the results that I wanted, and it was frustrating. Once I really understood that I had to have a mindset, I had to not, not be able to eat the foods that I enjoyed. I just eliminated some certain food groups, and I'm not talking about eliminating, like all red meat or all poultry, any, not vegan. It's more of a combination of a plant-based diet. But I also know that there's a value to adding certain food groups, so I lessen them. They're good, but if you ate too much of it, it wasn't healthy. And then, of course, dairy. I'm about 90% dairy free, not 100% because we go out to eat and enjoy. So there are some things that have dairy in them, but we don't eat the cheese that we used to eat. We don't, just all these different things that add inflammation. Inflammation is one of the key things that happens with people that are suffering from obesity and heart issues. We know those are the #1 killers. So, why people are still struggling with that, to grasp the importance of really balancing from a nutritional standpoint and giving your gut what it needs, because the gut is like the second brain. It's going to feed all of our different systems. Then all of a sudden you start feeling better. What happens when you feel, Jan, what happens when you feel better?
Well, when you feel better, you feel energized, you feel more confident. And people see that within you. You're able to handle stress better when it pops in from time to time. You're able to take on the world and maybe beat the crap out of someone. No, I didn't mean that, but I had to throw a funny in there. But the point being that when you feel better, that projects outward, and you're more apt to be maybe more approachable. There's so many different benefits to that.
Right. And the whole point of living a healthier lifestyle is when you get to that cusp of, your age really catching up to you, you've given your body, your mind, your gut such an amazing foundation that you're going to be able to recover quicker from illnesses. And we're not making a medical claim, so that's not what I'm saying. But when you are naturally healthier from a cellular level, you are going to be able to handle things. Your body will be able to handle things much better. And that's the point. Like we only have this one body. So are we taking care of it? We have to take care of our mindset. We got to take care of balancing our gut health. But at the end of the day, it's our responsibility. We owe that, not for your loved ones, for really you. It's really about making sure that you are the healthiest for the longest time that you are on this planet. And when you reach that point, that you've already built this really, really good foundation, that is really going to help.
That is so true. And speaking of things creeping up on you, something's creeping up on me in 13 days.
Well, yeah, there's this is a birthday month for you, for Tina, for a lot of people, our anniversary, a lot of celebrations in May. And, just May is just one of those months where, April showers bring May flowers. So let me ask you, are there tulips up now? Are there daffodils? Is everything starting to really bloom?
Things are starting to bloom. What are they called? I think they're called peonies. At the end of our driveway, on the two posts where we have those big,
Yes.
those peonies.
Or
Is-
well, are they peonies or are they, gosh, I just bought a plant and I thought it was the ones that you have. And they're big, like
They're
balls.
big, bulby, pink flowers. Well, they're,
Yeah, I got purple ones. And what the heck are they called now? Oh my gosh.
oh, Claudine would know what it is because she was asking me about those the other day. But what
Yeah,
we
I bought a plant that John's gonna plant and I was like shocked that, they were here. I didn't think they even bloomed here. And for the life of me, I'm drawing a blank.
But anyways, we've got them tied up because when they start to bloom, the branches get very heavy and they tend to whoop, they fall over. But anyways, I noticed today that the bulbs on top are, they're like this, and they're like, they're starting their little opening process.
Yeah,
Not quite there yet, but you might go out there tomorrow and we may start to see some of the color there, and they are beautiful. They're a
those
real
are so pretty plants. But that's the beautiful thing about spring is it's like the rebirth that you're coming out of, that wintry months, and we're springing back into life, growth, prosperity, and those are all wonderful, wonderful things. And gosh, to be able to enjoy them and being in a healthy state of mind, having a healthy gut, healthy mindset, are all the pluses of spring and every season.
That is so true. And on that note, we hope you have an amazing trending Thursday. Let us know what's trending for you. Maybe you want to try the Thrive experience, and you know what? This happy moment is brought to you by Thrive, the one and only product nutritional company in America that has grown exponentially within like 10 years.
Yes, we are 10 years in the company. The product is Thrive, but the actual company's name is Lavelle, and they've been in business, you're right, 10 years. And they hit, I can't remember what the billion mark is, but faster than Apple.
That's quite impressive.
And a lot of people say, you're still with that company because it works. Like I would be lost, people, if I wouldn't have the energy, we wouldn't have the mental clarity, we wouldn't be sleeping as well as we do, we would not feel as good. Life is about feeling good, it's about thriving in life. Why not?
Absolutely. And on that note, again, have a happy Trending Thursday. Go to our website, www.TwoSistas.online, and let us know what's trending for you. My name is Janice, aka Wellness Diva 5.0, and I am with
TwoSistas, and this is Carol Sue, aka Naughty Boss, getting on my rebuild for that immune system. We all want to do better, right? We all want to feel better. We want to just burst with vitality. Why not? We will see you tomorrow. Fantabulous Friday. We'll get the opportunity to pat ourselves on the back that we did good this week. So don't forget to tune in tomorrow at 8 a.m. and we will see you then. With that, have a good night. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.